Hey, Fit Followers, Keith here. I just wanted to do our second installment of the series on the habit loop. Last time we just kind of introduced you to the idea of the habit loop, which is a book that you can check out. And the basic three principles here is that every habit starts with a trigger, uh, followed by an action, and followed by some sort of reward that keeps us engaged in that habit. And so you remember you met my little dog Kona and Odie, um, and we talked about how they were in the habit of every time I got a treat out, they would run to their pen. I would give them a treat. That was their habit loop. And today we're going to talk just a little bit about how to break that habit loop. And that the key here is that the basal ganglia is the instrument in the brain that kind of takes over and it becomes automatic. And so the first thing is recognizing what's triggering your habit. And so what the book recommends is paper and pencil, and just kind of when you feel that there's some sort of habit, some sort of action that you kind of tend to fall back on, what is that's triggering that? Is it a certain time of day? Is it a certain activity? Are you bored? Are you depressed? Whatever it is that's triggering that. And then once and so when you feel like that, man, I've got to eat that ice cream or whatever it is that you're in the habit of doing. Write down how you're feeling at that point. Write down what's going on around you. Just recognize, be aware of what's triggering that. And once we recognize that trigger, then we can start kind of identifying what the reward is. And sometimes it's obvious, the reward is, maybe the taste of something, but sometimes it's not necessarily always that obvious. Maybe it's the social element that you need. Maybe it's just the break from the monotony or the whatever activity you're doing. So once you've recognized the trigger, then the next time that trigger is uh, kind of clicks in, then think about another action that might be able to, satisfy that reward. So if it's the social element of getting out of your office and going and having a donut, try getting out of your office and going having a conversation with friends. Maybe just getting up and walking around is going to do it for you. But once you kind of get into that idea of how what's triggering it, then we can see what can we replace that action with that would be more beneficial. And my hope is that you can just the idea is to override that basal ganglia and to take control. Let that automaticity kick in for something that is going to be positive and not negative, and not wreck your health and wreck your enjoyment of life. So till next time, see you guys. Have a fantastic rest of the week. If you like the content that's going on, remember to click like and subscribe, and then we can get that content to you on a regular basis. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great rest of the day.